this is Doomer's Adventure. The classic Doomer's Adventure on PC. Would you identify as with the Doomer subculture, Dan?
On my worst days, yeah.
Let's see. So here we go. We're gonna get started. As you can see, I've beaten every single one of these.
A true doomer at heart. I can appreciate the hustle.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and start at number 1. Today is the greatest day I've ever known. Let's see. Oh wait, it's because I have a controller plugged in. Let me see if I can. What's going on here? Wait, what happened? I guess life was too unbearable. There we go. Okay. There. Okay. For some reason, the keyboard wasn't working. Okay. There, we got the pill.
Based in Doomer Pilled.
So I'm just using the keyboard. It's not the most responsive thing in the world. I think my character is just a little too heavy. And I don't think the soundtrack is original. I think they probably pulled this from a YouTube playlist somewhere.
Lo-fi beats to create games too.
We need supplies. Gotta prepare for the end.
Indeed.
Nope. Life was too unbearable. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh.
Said I love the Smiths.
BB. Ugh. It's like I'm really back on 4chan. With your feet on the air and your head on the ground. Oh, yeah, you can only do like 2 jumps, and then you just fall like a rock.
Mm-hmm. So it's like Brawl Fox.
Love will tear us apart again. I put in like 3 hours into this. And I don't think I should be proud of that. Oh, goodness.
It's the true Doomer experience. You know there's no point, but you keep going anyway. see, it's just art on so many levels.
Oh my, that was stupid. There's no WASD, right? I'm not using WASD. I have to use the arrow keys and just the arrow keys.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm holding the right arrow key with my ring finger, and I'm tapping the up arrow key to jump with my middle finger. There. Okay.
Just like old video games where
Oh my.
Tap up on the joystick to go. Back in the good old days before it all went downhill.
I wonder how much money the guy that developed this made. He's selling it for $1 on Steam.
Probably enough to keep his addiction going. At least for a little while.
Yep. Nice chromatic aberration, bro.
Don't you hate it when there's spikes that kill you from the sides? I mean,
yeah, it is kind of lame.
It just ought not be. I don't think. Got the Super Meat Boy saws.
I never really played Super Meat Boy. I know that it had trouble when it was being ported to other platforms because frickin' what's his name? The guy that made
Edmund.
it, Edmund. Yeah, Edmund, right? He
Edmund McMillan or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he had originally developed it for like Windows XP, and when he tried to port the game over to like other platforms, it was just totally broken. Like I heard the Xbox arcade version or Xbox 360 version just was like totally buggy or whatever. Up. Ah.
See, it's just like life. Sometimes you just feel it's like it just picks a perfect platform that you just can't do anything about.
Ah. Hopefully the clickety clacks of my keyboard aren't too loud for the recording.
You can just edit it out in post, maybe.
Yeah. I'll check it in just a minute. I just 5 years have passed since then. Oh.
Kind of a shame that they go through the trouble of randomizing the text on there, but they don't have any different blurbs for the Cowboy Bebop in text there.
Oh, poopy. You ever find stuff like this, just like 50 to 99-cent garbage on Steam that's like, I know it's kind of low effort and stupid, and it's probably just making money off of being like a meme, but it's actually, it does kind of get me hooked for some stupid reason that only my lizard brain knows and won't tell me.
The Flappy Bird effect. It's a terrible mobile game, but somehow people got addicted.
Come on. Oh, really? That counted?
While we're making this quality content.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Just gonna think here. What else are we gonna do? I'll say something, I forget what.
Yeah, you have a, what is it, brain fart? Come on.
Something like that, you know. I mean to say something, but then I got sidetracked with something else. Now I forget. Right. Yes. Deep trashy games. Two things actually. A, we should stream Garfield Kart. B.
Oh, Bonnie loves Garfield Kart. he gives it out for free to people in his server.
And see, this also reminds me of when I had the Wii U, and on the eShop there was that meme run game.
Oh yeah, Bonnie also has that on his Wii U, or at least,
yeah.
or I think Dip has it right now.
I wanted to see what the hype was all about, but then like someone got around to taking it down.
The Big Man Tyrone video. Meme Run is the dankest game on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about hiring Big Man Tyrone to narrate something for me, but I just need to think of something worth paying for. Oh, goodness.
You have the true Doomer experience. We thought we made progress, and now we're just stuck again.
Okay, we got the soup. So look at this garbage that they want me to do. They want me to jump down there, fall down this without touching the spikes, and then get the pill, and just as I get the pill, use my second jump to get over to that platform. It's stupid. See, like, yeah, I have to just jump once.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You can't expect Celeste level platforming from a doomer. It's not fair.
I never got around to playing Celeste. They should port this game over to the Intellivision Amico. I should ask Tommy if it's going to be on the Intellivision Amico, and he'll probably say it will be, because if you asked him anything during that whole time, if it was going to be on the Amico, he would say yes. I don't know if you kept up with the Intellivision Amico disaster.
Vaguely, but nothing big enough that happened to me. It happened on my end to really warrant looking into it further.
Yeah, I gotta...
Oh, Tommy Tallarico. I remember that whole thing with Advent Rising.
I'm just
failure of a game.
I'm just kind of glad that people finally realize he's a con man. I've been kind of saying that for years, even since like the G4 days. Like something's like, I don't know if I really like this guy or if I trust this guy. It's funny how even how you screw up so bad that even Doug TeNapel has to wash his hands of you to avoid bad publicity.
Dang. So I had to look him up on Wikipedia. In 2020, it came to Tallarico's attention that a sound effect he owned from a game Tommy Tallarico Studios worked on, Messiah, was used without permission in the video game Roblox.
Yep.
The legal dispute was in 2022 with the removal of the sound effect from the game. Truly one of the great battles of our time has been won.
Oh yeah, there's a whole like 3-hour video just about that controversy. I would recommend it. It's the oof.mp3 or something. Some guy did a whole video. It's very insightful, and he brings up other things that I noticed about Tommy.
It was that thing. I vaguely remember that the whole classic oof sound had to be taken out. I forgot what that was at. It's like, wow, that's been so iconic, and you want to kick up a fuss about it now?
Ugh. There's also, just freaking gosh, there's like two. Okay, so you have the whole like 3-hour video covering Tommy's battle to get control of the oof sound, which he really, he really did not make that sound. It was just somebody who worked for him under his company. But got it. But there's that one, the Roblox oof sound documentary, I guess you could call it. And then that's like 3 hours. And then you have the 4-hour video that Slopes Game Room did with a bunch of other people who backed the Kickstarter for the Intellivision Amico, covering all of Tommy's lies and half-truths and like fumbles throughout the whole promotion and creation of the Amico. And so, I mean, you have like 7 hours. If you're just looking for something as background noise, you got 7 hours of Tommy Tallarico tomfoolery to watch.
Speaking about sound effects, I remember about Advent Rising, that game that kind of billed as the next big thing as far as like third-person shooters or something, and then like even had like a $1 million contest that was silently canceled because the game did terrible. And I remember like Tommy talking about, and he was just like really proud of the sound effects in the game, like all the footstep sound effects he had in there, because he worked on the sound for that game, and he was just real proud of it.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna say that Tommy is not a talented musician or sound person, and it's just he has a history of claiming credit for things he really has no business claiming credit for. And he's got a screw loose in his head. There's something wrong with the dude. He can't stop lying. If you buy like some of these old Sega CD games that Tommy's name is attached to, that he claims credit for, sometimes they say right there on the casing who actually at Tommy Tallarico Studios worked on the music, and but Tommy's the one who gets to claim the credit for it and even capitalize on it. I do wish that the game over text right there, that it had some variation.
Mm-hmm. I think we just fit because even Cowboy Bebop had a little bit of variation here and there on some of its episodes.
I doubt this would be a very hard game to mod. You probably just loaded up in Unity or something.
Yeah, I was wondering, what kind of engine it runs in. Clearly not Pixel Maker NV. According to the LA Times, his house in San Juan Capistrano looks as if a 12-year-old with a huge bank account went wild, including a life-size Indiana Jones, several Star Wars characters, and a statue of Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
He has shown off his expensive home quite a few times over the years. And his many Guinness World Records, which really also are he'll never show you what they actually say, because many of them are not quite, because it would call into question just how many Guinness World Records he actually has. I was actually very surprised that some people in my server didn't know who Tommy Tallarico was, because some of the guys in my server are a little older, and I would think anyone who was watching G4, even towards the tail end, kind of had some clue about who Tommy was. I remember watching reruns of Electric Playground, and I think even Electric Playground for a time even aired new episodes on G4 after the Tech TV merger. But Tommy was always a consistent presence on that network. Jeff Keighley kind of started there too.
Yeah.
Jeff is kind of a hangover from the G4 days.
Yeah. In contrast, on Electric Playground, Victor Lucas always seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Victor is still. I still will sometimes tune into some of Victor Lucas's content because he seems like a genuine person.
February 22, Tallarico stepped down from his role as CEO of Intellivision, remaining on board as the company's president and largest shareholder, replaced by the company's former chief revenue officer, Phil Adam.
Somebody leaked a lot of information about what the Intellivision, like all the problems behind the Intellivision Amico development and the specs and stuff, and what was going on behind the scenes, and the current theory is that Tommy himself leaked that information as he was trying to wash his hands of the whole thing.
Yeah, so even looking into this Amico thing. Well, we struggle here with this deep metaphor for life. Yeah, it reminds me of that Atari VCS-1 thing that came out, which was not remarkable.
And Tommy, funny thing is, Tommy was making fun of Atari for announcing that, saying, "Oh, it'll never come out. It'll never come out." You know, it's just trying to clout chase what we're doing with the Amico. But I mean, for all the problems with modern Atari and with the VCS is a real device. The Amico isn't.
It's got some specs here listed: octa-core Snapdragon 624 and 2 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, that's something, I guess. I think you could probably buy one of those cheap Android set boxes on Amazon from dubious merchants for much cheaper, and with almost the exact same specs, if not comparable.
There we go.
Now I know that the company had to stop taking retail purchase orders because of supply chain issues caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, and had to make development kits by hand in California instead of the planned manufacture in China. Oh man.
The thing is, though, is I wanted something like the Intellivision Amico to be real. You know, I kind of think there is a place in the market for a cheap micro console that has a bit more of a family-friendly appeal.
You and I were discussing this before.
Yeah, we talked about it. We've talked about like our own ideas for like plug and play devices or like cheap little microcomputers.
I just still feel like on some levels, it's like, you know, a lot of these just fall into the pitfall of, you know, that like, you know, they just become another Android device or something like that. It's like, you know, just I feel like you got to push something a little bit more than that.
Well, with one thing too with the Amico is like, why would you get something like the Amico when the Switch is available? You know, what does it offer? What's its killer app at the very least, right? Even if you're wanting, even if you want like simple retro style games that are cheap to buy and family friendly, the Switch has you covered on that.
Controller's touchscreen will operate at a frame rate of 15 to 30 plus frames per second. And any given game's content on the controller will be coded in Spark Ace, an HTML CSS hybrid with support for the PNG 8 and OGG Vorbis formats and fit within 1 megabyte.
Yeah, you probably understand all the nerd speak a lot better than I do too. So you could probably tell me, yeah, this is garbage. What's wrong with this?
I guess it makes sense. It actually kind of makes sense with the Roku and the built-in for that. Did you know there's actually a couple little games on Roku?
No.
Yeah. You can develop some things on Roku, but you have to do it all in like Bright script or whatever they offer for there. You don't have any low-level access. You know, it's not an Android device. You can't do anything really interesting with it, but you can do some of the things. Yeah, it's almost like this. It's like it's just a shame. It's just because it's like in a sense, you know, and almost in a sense, I almost get a Wii U vibe from it. It's like, you know, it could be really cool.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the concept behind the controller.
And that's almost what gives me that vibe. It's like it says it can connect through Wi-Fi for a total of 8 connected controllers. Man, the Wii U could have almost really benefited from like having multiple gamepads connected if it could have handled that.